traumatic for her to see his face being painted over, for the statues being covered, because she believes that he was essential to the movement. Again, you got to go back to Dolores Huerta is core movement Latina, Mexicana, Chicana. Movement comes first. And we have to understand why. Movement comes first because Dolores Huerta understood the conditions of the campesinos and campesinas, right? She understood, like, this kind of poverty, abuse, oppression should not exist. And so therefore, in order to support them, I'm going to be quiet about my own personal trauma. Right. So it's because of the conditions of our and fellow Latinos and Latinas, which honestly, under the current administration, factually, Latinos and Latinas are more targeted now, dare I say, than ever.
Dolores Huerta is the physical embodiment of what it means to think outside of yourself and to think bigger.
Yeah, selfless.
Selfless. As a journalist yourself, do you think that the farm worker movement would have been what it turned out to be if she had come out with this information decades ago?
I mean, you got to go back to the 60s. I don't think you guys were alive in the 60s. I was a little girl. But, you know, was there a name for what she went through? We didn't understand this, right? The image of rape, and was rape an illegal act in every single state? No, that's what the women's movement did, in fact. So if Dolores Huerta would have come forward, I don't know if she would have had the words. Being sexually assaulted by someone who you know and revere, who is also your boss.
Who you respect too, right?
You respect, right? So then it's multiple things.
Right.
And honestly, I think Dolores is a strategic enough thinker that if she had come forward, what would have happened? They would have said, "Tú estás loca, this never happened, you're crazy, and you need to go away," and they would have disappeared Dolores Huerta. And Cesar Chavez would have continued to rise because he was a strategic manipulator as well, and loved his power, right? I think we can all see that now. And so she would have disappeared, he would have been elevated, and the movement probably would have gone forward, but without Dolores Huerta. And Dolores Huerta is, you know, of a living civil rights feminist icon. She is alive, and so she did change American history. And I would have hated if she had been erased, and she would have been silenced and ridiculed.
That's a really important point that you're making, to go back and to think of what society was like back then and how things would be perceived.
Exponentially more difficult.
It's so true. Yeah, you have to think about what she was thinking and how she was analyzing, even being strategic herself in, you know, do I make this move and what's the result of it at the end of the day?
What's really ugly to realize is that Cesar Chavez was a strategic organizer, right? He understood, he was able to, along with Dolores, create a movement. That's not easy. He was very strategic. Sadly, he was a strategic abuser and groomer. So he knew what he was doing. He put the girls, right, started grooming it before the age of 12. He used his power in a highly manipulative and strategic way in order to get the young women, the girls, alone so that he could abuse them. Same thing with Dolores. That's exactly what she says in the interview on Latino USA. She just says, he knew that I admired him. He was my boss, but my admiration is what ended me being alone with him in that place with no one around. As she said, there was no one she could call out to for help.
Not a real support system there.
Realize. Well, yeah, because he isolated her.
Maria, real quick, before we let you go, I'm curious, are you going to try to speak to the Chavez family?
You know what? We literally are dealing with this. The meeting today, is today Friday? Because I just got back from Mexico. My mom celebrated her 90th birthday.
Oh, bless.
I know. Felicidades, ma. So literally landed and changed my clothes and then went to do the interview. So we're having a meeting today to figure out what our planning, you know, what we're going to do next. And also, to be honest, yes, we did get the first interview. It was very powerful, but I also feel like I want to give Dolores some time, right? This is a lot of hard emotional work. She did continue to say, I have a great support system. My family's here. Esto no es fácil. I don't care if you have a support system. What she's going through is not easy.
Well, there's a reason you got that first interview. You're intrepid, you're compassionate, and thank you, Maria, for your insight on this.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. And you can listen to the full interview and other in-depth stories on Latino USA, wherever you get your podcasts. And with that, we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
All right, good morning. Welcome to Good Day LA. It's 8 o'clock on this Friday. I'm Jen Lammers.
I'm Roxy Karabadian. Thanks so much for being with us. Let's talk about some of the stories we're covering for you. There's more fallout after allegations surfaced accusing Cesar Chavez of sexual abuse. Mario Live, where a statue has just been removed.
And strikes continue overnight as the Pentagon asks for more money. We'll have more on the war with Iran.
And an event dedicated to everything tomato. We'll take you live to Tapia Brothers Farms, where they're celebrating Tomatomania. First, though, we're taking you over to Star Harvey with a look at the forecast.
As we get through the rest of this week, we just got to hold on before the cooler conditions do go ahead and settle in. We are still under the command of a high pressure system, really just dominated our weather pattern through this week. And so that does mean another round of heat alerts for today. We do have a extreme heat warning. It's going to be all of our pink highlighted area here. So yes, portions of the LA basin, but also Point North and out to the west of LA as well. And then our heat advisory is going to also include portions of our coastline over into Oxnard, Santa Barbara, up towards San Luis Obispo, but also all the way down through Orange County. We do have that advisory as well. Both advisories are in place until the 8 p.m. hour this evening. And here's a look as to why. These temperatures, quite impressive. We're still talking about 25 to 30 degrees above their averages for a lot of the region here. We'll have some 70s and 80s along the coast. Long Beach there showing out for today, clocking in at about 90. That's the forecasted high. Some of our interior sections, once again, we'll see the 90s, but also triple digits, not just across the Inland Empire, but likely into some of our valley sections as well. And our high and low deserts also seeing that warmth as well. When I get back, we'll have a look at that 7-day forecast. For now, we're going to go ahead and toss things up to Stu. Stu, good morning. And how's it looking out there?
Hey, good morning to you, Star. Good morning to everybody. Taking a look at that 5 drive. We're in Sylmar. Somebody hit me up on the internet. They said, on the Leveling Out on YouTube, said, hey, go check out the 5 and the 14. I don't think he thinks there's something going on over there. I think it's just wants a personalized traffic report. Can't really make it all the way out there because of other issues, but take a look at that. That's going to be the 5 drive coming away from the new all-pass. You can see it's moving along pretty well in that north and southbound out in that area. But if you're going to continue south, yeah, you're in for it. It does definitely slow down. Not Friday light at all. As you make your way more south on that 5, if this is your usual drive, you know the drill opens up. But once you pass that 118, super slow and go through the Pacoima area. But then after that, for some reason, it's a miracle. Just opens up, and it is a great drive south. Northbound, no problems, no issues, just a wide open drive. Sending it back to you all in the studio. Good morning.
Thank you, Stu. We do begin with some breaking news. Action movie icon Chuck Norris has passed away. The famed martial artist and actor in films like The Delta Force and Missing in Action passed away Thursday morning in Hawaii, according to the family. The family saying it is with heavy hearts that our family shares the sudden passing of our beloved Chuck Norris yesterday morning. While we would like to keep the circumstances private, please know that he was surrounded by his family and was at peace. Norris rose to fame in the 80s with movies like Missing in Action and Delta Force and Invasion USA. He also scored a hit show with Walker, Texas Ranger. That's such a popular show. He passed away. He was 86 years old.
A cultural icon.
Truly, truly, truly.
Yeah. Okay, so we continue now with the fallout from the sexual abuse allegations against Cesar Chavez. Some local communities are now looking to erase the late civil rights leader from the streets, parks, and schools.
Yeah, there's so many landmarks that bear his name. Let's go to Mari right now, live in San Fernando, where a statue was removed.
That's right, and City of San Fernando officials, they moved quickly here. They voted unanimously after an emergency meeting to have the statue removed after it had been here for more than 2 decades. It was put in back in 2004, and you can see where it once was. The base here and the plaque that still remains is covered right now, but this is at the corner of Truman and Wolfskin here in San Fernando. Take a look. The Cesar Chavez statue removed in about 25 minutes after it had been here since 2004, and it was meant to honor Chavez's role in the farm workers movement and his impact on the community. Meanwhile, we're seeing the fallout spreading from city to city. In Los Angeles, Mayor Karen Bass signed a proclamation to change Cesar Chavez Day to Farm Workers Day, and state leaders are also pushing for similar changes ahead of the March 31st holiday. Meanwhile, Dolores Huerta, nearly 96 years old, for the first time since the claims went public, spoke to Latino USA, a podcast show by Futuro Media, about why she stayed silent for so long.
When I say that, I mean also young men, young men and young girls. We got to put an end to that, and we've got to address it.
Huerta, co-founder of the United Farm Workers, says Chavez assaulted her in the 60s, adding that it resulted in 2 children she secretly placed up for adoption. And she also said that she stayed silent for so long because she was worried that it would damage the movement that they had been working on for so long. Meanwhile, other communities are considering action. The city of Santa Ana says its mayor wants to discuss possible changes at an upcoming council meeting. The city home to Cesar Chavez Campesino Park, Riverside, which has a statue and a park park named after Chavez says it's now working to get the issue on a city council agenda. And Long Beach says it has no plans to rename Cesar Chavez Park, and the Corona Norco School District says no decision's been made yet about Cesar Chavez Academy there. Now, back out here live, you can see this mural that's been here just as long as the statue at San Fernando Park. Well, city council leaders are now moving forward with contacting the original artist to remove Chavez's image, and they've also canceled the annual Cesar Chavez March for Justice, which was scheduled this Sunday here in San Fernando. For now, live, I'm Mario Ramirez. We'll send it back to you.
Swift action there. All right, thank you, Mario. Now to the latest from the war with Iran, now entering week 4.
Sandra has some dramatic video actually to share with us. Sandra.
Yes, good morning. This video comes from Lebanon, showing a terrifying moment for some journalists in the war zone. Reporter and cameraman for Russia Today were taping a segment when an Israeli missile suddenly struck.
Rocket attacks were reported against Nahariya and a minute.
So close there. Steve Sweeney and his cameraman were knocked to the ground there. Doctors had to remove shrapnel from Sweeney, who at last word is still in the hospital at this point. The strike followed warnings from the Israeli military about operations in the area. Now here's some other headlines from the war this morning. President Trump confirming he's seeking $200 billion in new Pentagon funding, calling it a small price to pay to equip the military. But the president says he does not plan to send ground troops to the region as of yet. An F-35 fighter jet made an emergency landing at a U.S. air base in the Middle East after being struck by what is believed to be Iranian gunfire. And Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he will accept President Trump's call to stop attacking Iranian energy sites. Oil prices, as we know, continue to rise as the Strait of Hormuz continues to be effectively shut. U.S. gas prices ticked up another 3 cents a gallon, marking the highest average price for a gallon of regular gas in the past 4 years. So we'll see what happens as the days go on. Jen.
Painful now for sure. All right, thank you, Sandra. Meantime, dozens of containers damaged aboard a ship that hit rough seas on its way to the port of Long Beach. Gigi Graciette is live at the port with more on the cleanup. It's going to take a while, right?
We believe so. Good morning, everyone. We're here at the port of Long Beach, and you are looking live at the OOCL Sunflower here at Pier D. And you can see the toppled or collapsed containers right there. No word yet, though, on how the salvage operation is going and what the plans are for today. Work has not started. We have reached out to the port, and they've directed us to the Coast Guard. So we'll be reaching out to them to see what, if any, plans are in place for today. But take a look, because yesterday salvage crews were seen working after an extremely rough Pacific crossing from Taiwan left several containers damaged. The OOCL Sunflower is now surrounded by a yellow flexible barrier we believe is a spill containment berm. That's to prevent any hazardous materials from spreading in the water. The vessel reportedly encountered 20-foot waves near the Aleutian Islands off of Alaska, causing some containers to fall overboard and leaving others crushed and just precariously hanging there. We're told at least 32 containers went overboard as the Sunflower traveled from Taiwan to the west coast. Now, crews had to first stabilize the stacks as best they could before the cargo can be safely removed. The work is time-consuming and dangerous.
You also want to try to salvage as much as in the containers for the shippers that are going over, and you don't want to damage anything else on the vessel. Obviously, the ship wants to get the ship back out on schedule, but right now the most important thing is going to be ascertaining that there's no pollution into the environment and it's not a hazard for the crew or the longshoremen working on the docks.
Now, the ship reached the California coastline last week, but it took a while to clear it to enter port until inspections could be completed and the damaged containers secured as best as they could. Bringing it back here live. Again, you're looking at the Sunflower. We believe we've started to see the crane move a little bit, but we still don't see any work being done on the actual containers. We're going to try to get an update on what the plan is here now. Reporting live, I'm Gigi Graciette. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Gigi. Thank you for that update. All right, still ahead. Coco is at Tapia Farms this morning celebrating Tomatomania.
Good morning. That's right. We are definitely celebrating Tomatomania. More than 300 varieties of tomatoes. We'll tell you all about this Super Bowl of an event coming up.
And Guy Fawkes traffic brought to us by My Home Sold. We're taking a look at that 101 drive. Beautiful Encino area. That's what we're looking at right there is going to be the southbound 101. Making their way out of the West Valley over to the 405. Is it Friday light? You know what? If this is your drive every day, it does look a lot lighter than it usually is. You can hang out just a little bit longer, get a little bit more news before you hit the road. But is it freeway speeds are better? Probably not. Still a heavy volume on that southbound and northbound 101 through the Encino, Tarzana area. Let's take a look at some traffic hotspots.
Hello, I'm Adrian Hernandez with MyHomeSold.com, and we want to buy your house cash. We'll give you a cash offer for your house today. Sell your house the easy way with no commissions, no fees, no repairs. For free, no obligation cash offer. Go to MyHomeSold.com.
Welcome back. Ooh, get ready, because for tomato lovers, there's an event happening that's pretty much their version of the Super Bowl. We're talking Tomatomania. Coco McAvoy is live at Tapia Farms with more. Good morning.
Good morning, and slowly but surely people are starting to trickle in already for Tomatomania, but I'm still considering this the calm before the storm because it gets very busy here. People love Tomatomania. I am here with Scott now, who is the producer and a big reason why people love Tomatomania.
Thank you.
You're holding a very interesting tomato.
Well, I am. Coco, the tomato world, as much of, I guess, our favorite things, it's full of heart. It's full of heart, and there's lots of stories here. People know what heirloom tomatoes are. That rings a bell, and people know what that's about. Generally they have good stories.
Yeah.
And old stories, but they're also new ones, right? So this is a tomato called Hurricane Helene. I don't know if you can see that very well from there, but it's an ox heart tomato, right? Super meaty, wonderful, like almost a Valentine shape, right? It's sort of an unsung sort of area of tomato world, but it's called Hurricane Helene. It's a 100-year-old heirloom, a family heirloom from North Carolina that somebody started providing seed for and growing plants for in order to make some money to help the flood victims over there in North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
So you have old heirlooms, right? And then you have new ones with new names that have been around for 100 years. So I guess it's both new and old. But again, this is kind of the story, whether it's a tomato called Mortgage Lifter, which we love. I've got a tomato of the year called Thorburns, right?
Okay.
Thorburns terracotta. It's caramel colored, and it was introduced in 1893. So we have the newest of the tomatoes. We have the oldest of the tomatoes, and that's kind of where we are. We want them all.
Yes.
So that's what we do here at Tomatomania.
And you were telling me that there might be some people who don't like the, craziness of Tomatomania, but they should still come here throughout April.
That's so sweet. Well, look, this is true, right? The event's gotten big, and for some that's a little much, and we understand, we get it. This is fine. So what we do is we have this amazing 3-day event that we're so excited about, but we also we like to call it our residency here at Tapia, right? So we will set up a smaller boutique here and showcase some of these amazing varieties through the middle of April. So yeah, so we're going to hang out in the valley and do some tomatoes and veggies and other things, and then of course all the supplies that you need to grow during the tomato season, soils and cages and all those other things. Yeah, we'll have all of that, and we hang out. So if you can't make it this weekend, and we hope you can, but if that's impossible, or if you'd rather not face all the crowds, come out and find us later. We'd love that.
I love that. And this is for people who are seasoned, but also beginners, right?
Oh gosh, there's so many people jump in right here. And we love that. I mean, come on. Today will be about people who have their blinders on and they come in with their lists and they rock and roll through the thing. But this weekend, we see a change in, people who come in, and you have so many people who just want to get into the adventure of growing, because it is one. They want to be farmers.
Yes.
And that comes with challenges and responsibilities, but I think everybody should be a farmer. So, we encourage that and we walk them through it.
Love that. Thank you so much, Scott. Tomatomania starts here today at Tapia Brothers Farm in Encino. So come and check it out. And if you don't make it today, you can make it this weekend as well. And like Scott was saying, it really encourages you to become a farmer. It encouraged me and my family last year. I'll send it back to you.
I have one more tomato joke for you, Coco. Why did the tomato turn red?
Great. Why did the tomato turn red? Right? But I don't know.
Because it saw the salad dressing.
Because it's because it saw the salad dressing. Is that what you
That's a pity
or
laugh
ChatGPT?
from
Which
Scott.
one is?
I know and want to see one.
Yes.
Coco, thank you. We like to keep it saucy here. Star,
You got me over here. That was a genuine belly laugh there, Jen, right?
I gotcha.
You got me, girl. If anyone is going to be out in Encino this weekend, just note that the conditions are going to be gorgeous. We are going to see a cool down, especially coming off of the heat that we're expecting to see today. We do still have that dome of high pressure really impacting our weather pattern. As we get through the rest of today, we are likely to see some of the cloud cover, maybe some fog holding on across the coastal area. But all in all, plenty of sunshine in place today, enough to really drive up those temperatures. So we do have a few heat alerts continuously in place, at least until the 8 p.m. hour tonight. Again, because we could see heat-related illnesses due to the type of heat we are receiving today. We're going to go ahead and take a quick check across the Anaheim area. Temperatures in the 70s. by that 9 a.m. hour. You'll see we're not stopping there. We are expecting to top off in the low 90s across the area today. Here's a look into LA tomorrow. I talked about a cool down headed this way. This is what it is looking like, dropping down into the 80s by this weekend. I'll be back with a look into that 7-day forecast and more news also on the other side of this break.
.23 on this Friday morning. Welcome back. And the curtains are back up at Palisades Charter High School for the first time since wildfires devastated their theater, with students taking the stage with a production of Rent. As Rachel Aragon reports, they are not just rebuilding sets, they're rebuilding their community.
Hard to believe that just over a year ago, these students couldn't even get near this space, and now the stage is filled with so much energy and hard work. These students have been working hard to bring a production, and a classic one at that, for this community. Music fills the halls of Palisades Charter High School for the first time in 14 months. And not just any music, signature songs from the smash hit Rent.
This is our return to Pali. This is our first show back on campus.
Theater and dance instructor Cherie Smith is not just helping direct the production. She was also part of the Angel Company cast for the Broadway national tour of Rent.
I'm really fortunate to be able to share that experience with our students here.
Don't got much baggage to lay at you.
For me, it's been a really cathartic experience.
For many students, especially those like Cesar
seniors like Ella White, who lost her home in the Palisades fire. The ability to perform under these lights has been healing.
I'm honestly happiest when I'm at rehearsal.
These students acting in the beloved musical that is set in East Village of New York City, they've also had their hands in everything you see here, from the set design to the costume design, which had been stripped away after last year's January wildfires.
We had lost everything, all of our sets and props and costumes.
It was very somber, but getting the news that we were going to come back here was everything.
The students at Palisades Charter High School were always close, but being able to return to the stage after months of recovery has made them even stronger.
This show just also brings everybody together, so it's such a strong knit group, and we're all just working hard, and we all just want everybody to enjoy it.
You can still show your support by attending their shows today and tomorrow. Just scan the QR code there on your screen for ticket information. Okay, still ahead, Brooke is playing all the hits in downtown Los Angeles. Good morning.
This place is going records.
Coming up, we have Sweet Benny. He's a German Shepherd puppy who needs a home. He was found on the side of the road, and now he wants to call your home his. I have more details on Benny and how you can get involved with the DeVore Animal Shelter in San Bernardino when we come back. Benny, what are you doing? What are you doing, bud? What are you doing, Benny? You're a good boy. Look at that. Such a good boy. He discovered treats.
obsessed with little Benny.
Oh, let me tell you
Obsessed
something.
with that little ball of sunshine.
He's skinny right now. He needs a home.
He does.
He needs lots of food and cuddles.
But like instantly loving. Like just comes right up to you, licks your face.
I know. Loves people.
What a sweetie patootie.
He was found on the side of the road. And a beautiful German Shepherd, too.
Yeah.
Which yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have only a matter of time.
We're going to get him a home.
Yes, we are. Absolutely. Welcome, everybody. It's 8:30. Welcome to Star. Good to have you in studio.
How are you holding up? How's your mental health doing? You've been doing this for hours now.
Actually, can I just say it's exciting to have you here without like a crisis? Because usually you're here when everything is falling apart.
Yes, when the weather's just wicked and disrespectful.
That's right.
And the sunshine rolled in, and I brought it with me.
Here you are. I hope I didn't jinx it, by the way.
No, not at all. It's, this heat is really going to be in place at least for the next week or so. Now, we are pretty much in the worst of it. And by the worst of it, I just mean those 90 to triple-digit numbers with the heat advisories and alerts in place. And as we do roll into the weekend, we are expecting that our conditions will come down. As far as the heat goes, we are under dry conditions out there. We do have some of that fog likely to hug the coast this morning, but by the time the afternoon rolls around, we'll be good. Here's a look at our 2 alerts that we have in place. They've been sticking around here through most of the week. They both expire at the 8 p.m. hour, so just indication of where we're headed after we get through our Friday here. Now, we do have the heat advisory continuing where we have the orange, temperatures ranging from the 80s to the 90s, and then we also have that extreme heat warning where we could see those temperatures in the triple digits, so wherever we have that pink color at. So yes, the LA Basin, portions of it is included in that alert there. Now, temperatures right now, we do have some mild spots popping up at 8:31 on your Friday morning. 71 in Diamond Bar, 73 in Whittier, 67 in Riverside. We also have 66 at LAX and Woodland Hills starting to heat up already at 74 degrees. Here's a look through this morning. So I have us at the 9 o'clock hour. Things are looking a little bit better on our models here. We had a lot more of that fog holding on, looking to reform as we push into tonight. And then as we do roll over into our weekend, we will have some more of those clouds in place to mix in with that sunshine. Not the case for today. We are having those 90s and triple digits into our inland sections, our mountains shooting for the 80s today. We'll also have some 80s as well as those 70s along our coast. And the further south you go, we're looking at some of those 90s also in the Long Beach area. So depending on where you are, get the sunshine on, take some breaks from that heat, and make sure to wear that loose and light fitted clothing. It will help you in this heat. Back to you.
All right, Star, thank you. New this morning, some Los Angeles judges are now using artificial intelligence to fight crushing backlogs. The tool is called Learned Hand. It can blast through massive legal filings, mimic a judge's writing style, and draft tentative rulings. 6 civil judges are testing that program. Court leaders say it's meant to address a swamped legal system and say every AI draft still gets a human review. But some in the legal community worry the technology could introduce errors or even influence a judge's thinking before they make their own call.
California is taking legal action over the Trump administration's push to roll back climate regulations. Governor Newsom and Attorney General Rob Bonta co-leading a coalition of dozens of states, cities, and counties. The lawsuit challenges the EPA's move to reverse the Obama-era endangerment findings, which determined that carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases endangered public health and welfare. Bonta says the decision to reverse those science-based protections puts the health of millions at risk.
15 years, this finding has been the legal foundation for limiting pollution from cars and from trucks.
We've been here before, but our action to try to shape the future and not be victims and bystanders to this assault on common sense, on science, on public health, and on lived reality.
An EPA spokesperson said the agency carefully considered the move, ultimately concluding that it does not have the authority to regulate vehicle emissions for the purpose of addressing climate change.
A few years ago, Los Angeles urgently needed more soundstage space to lease to production companies, but this morning, nearly a third of local sound stages are idle. Data compiled by Film LA, which is an industry-run nonprofit, finds production at LA sound stages remains below the level seen before the 2023 strike. Soundstage occupancy, in fact, fell to 62% in the first half of last year. And even though production is down, area studios are building new sound stages. Variety reports 2 studios added a combined 11 new sound stages in Boyle Heights and Woodland Hills this year. More are in the planning and permitting stage.
In the meantime, Warner Brothers has opened the Ranch Lot, a massive new production campus. This is near the main lot in Burbank. It spans nearly 1 million square feet. The campus features 16 sound stages, production facilities, office spaces. This is certified by the California Film Commission, so productions can qualify for subsidies by filming there. The ranch expands Warner Brothers' stage count to 50. It's designed to streamline production and keep projects under the Warner Brothers umbrella.
That's huge. All right, so from collectors to casual music fans, vinyl is making a major comeback in a digital world.
Truly. And Brooke, live in downtown LA, where one of the biggest record fairs in the country is getting ready to take over the weekend. Brooke.
Hey there, yeah, I'm here at VinylCon. This is really exciting. Check this out. They're getting ready. You are going to be able to spend your entire weekend with other music lovers. And talk to me a little bit about what VinylCon is.
Well, VinylCon's a celebration of collecting.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be everyone in the LA area that's into music, into collecting. Come on down and get something new.
Yeah, and tell me about what you have set up for us here. Right, this one over here, that's a big deal, right?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, most people know that cover of Nevermind, but that's an original pressing from the 90s.
I actually meant down here at the bottom in the corner.
Oh, the Jimi Hendrix?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Classic. That's a rare cover that's not the usual cover that was on the U.S. pressing. So.
And then you said you have some Brazilian music over here on the left, right?
Yeah, super rare originals from the 70s, made in Brazil. Great music.
Yeah, this is awesome. Okay, why do you love vinyls?
I think it's just the connection to the music and the ritual of playing it. You know, it's how it was intended to be listened to most of the time.
How many people do you expect to see this weekend?
We're hoping for around 1,000 people a day.
Yeah, it's going to be a big day. And then how do you get tickets?
TheVinylCon.com.
That's it, TheVinylCon.com. Come on out. Have fun with other music lovers. Back to you.
That's right. I love it. Yeah, vinyl's where it's at.
It is. I wish I'd saved my records from my time I was a kid, although it would be different.
Do you have the record player?
I did. I would listen to bedtime stories.
Do you have a record player at home?
No. I started with cassette tapes. I never experienced vinyls.
Yeah.
I don't have any of that. I don't even have CDs.
It's a different quality sound, I think.
When you first put the needle on.
Oh. It's pretty amazing.
If it's not in my phone, I couldn't do it.
I'm with you.
Too, you know?
I'm with you there. Spotify for me. But you know what? Hey, you got to collect them.
But you know, my parents had a record player growing up, and the song that my brother and I played, and I'll never forget it, the very first song we heard on vinyl. Remember that? Wipe out!
Yes,
and we jumped on
that was on vinyl?
We had it on vinyl. We were on the couch doing it. Wow. Poor memory.
My parents had the Righteous Brothers, Unchained Melody. That's on vinyl.
Come on, Unchained Melody.
Doesn't get any more romantic than that.
The storage too, right? Like all those records.
Yeah.
Put it somewhere.
I know.
Take it out of the sleeve.
Yeah,
it's fun.
So good.
So good.
Okay, so you know your parents and your grandparents may be on Facebook. I know this because my mom's friends like to post their foot surgeries. I'm talking to you, Mary. But what about the young kids, the young bucks? Well, Meta is rolling out a new program to get more influencers to post on Facebook. The social media giant launched a new fast-track program to pay creators on a monthly basis. Influencers can earn between $100,000 and $300,000 per month, depending on their follower count. Meta says guaranteed payments will only last 3 months. Creators will then get permanent access to enhanced monetization tools. Did I just say $300,000 a month? Mm-hmm. Wow.
You did. Yeah.
And, you know, as influencer becomes more like a job title and less like a hobby, some parents are worried about their kids' future, right?
Yeah. I mean, of course.
Yeah.
It adds up. It does. Now, if you're looking for ways to keep kids off social media, though, for now, there is an app for that.
Okay.
There's an app for everything. Dayo app lets parents reward their kids with cash if they stay off socials. It allows parents to actually put money into a locked account. The kids can access it if they meet the goals for the week. So It's one of those things, right? Do this, get rewarded. Leaders say this new allowance-based format seems to be working better for them and for families as well. The subscription will cost you $10 a month. But supporters say it's worth it. The app tracks your kid's monthly progress and allows you to reward your child with a deposit or a gift card. You know, places like Starbucks, Adidas, Amazon. My kids are really into boba, so any boba cafe.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. But why not just give your child the cash in person instead of going through an app? Well, if your teen goes past the allotted screen time, the money in their account will go right back to the parents without any difficult conversations. As the co-founder says, it's like asking your kid to give you back $5 at the fair. Nobody wants to do that.
That's right on. The description for that. That is so true. Hey, why not? Whatever
Deo.
Deo. Yeah.
Thank you.
And me want to go home. Hey, I'm over here.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, you're with our best friend right now.
I am with the best little baby that we're going to get to in just a second. But first, entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. Last hour, we asked you, what's your favorite game day treat? We're talking Dodger dogs, baby. First, Dodger dogs, then we'll get to your real dogs. Oh, it's tied with nachos. Somebody break that tie right now. foxla.com/vote for our poll question of the day. Okay, I'm over here today because we have a very special edition of Furry Friday. But first, I want to show you who we have coming up. Stay with us because it's TGIFF. Thank goodness it's Furry Friday, right, Benny boy? All right, good day, LA DJ. Drop the meowser. Oh, we've got Duchess from Los Angeles. And Duchess, you know who she starts her day with? Fox 11 News. Hey, Duchess, thank you so much for watching. Next, we've got Scarlett in Tarzana. It's sweater weather for me, says Scarlett, even though the heat is on. Next, we've got Jonesy in San Pedro. Hooray, it's a beach day for Jonesy. And now we have Seven, Bree, Lou, and Rocco in El Segundo. Look at this. This is a furry family photography portrait. I love it. I hope it's in a big frame hanging over the mantle. And last but not least, we've got Pudgy from Blight. Pudgy says you gotta hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. I agree. If you want to see your fur baby featured right here on Furry Friday, send me an email with their picture in the city you live in to furryfriday@fox.com. Okay. If you have room in your home and your heart, we've got a very special little guy here today. His name is Benny. He's a German Shepherd. He's about a year old, and he was found on the side of the road, okay? Benny is from the DeVore Animal Shelter, and we're told that Benny, come here over here, Benny. Benny loves playing outside. He enjoys the water, and he's very well behaved, great on the leash. He's a pup that'll do anything for a belly rub. Curtis is right now with Benny. Benny, what would you say about Benny?
So Benny's been very active. He has a kennel mate right now. They seem to get along very well. He's been out in play groups with other dogs, so he has no problem with other dogs. He loves affection. He's very treat motivated. He knows how to sit. We've been working on paw, but he's very eager to learn, so he's a good boy.
He's a good boy. He sits. He does paw. I don't think he's used to the camera.
Benny.
He's not used to the camera yet, but that's okay. He's protective. German Shepherds are protective. He's not used to having a big camera in his face. Oh, it's okay, Benny. You can call 909-386-9820 or go to the website animalcare.sbcounty.gov. So sbcounty.gov. Who would be a great house for Benny?
So anybody looking for a new pet. So family, single people, anybody who's looking for a new dog, he's a great boy.
And how big do we think he's going to get?
He shouldn't get too much bigger. We have him about a year old, just shy of a year, so he'll fill out for sure once he gets some steady meals. But he's not going to get too much bigger.
It's a good boy. And if Benny goes quick, which I feel like he will because he's such a good boy, you have how many other dogs in the shelter?
We're close to 300 dogs right now, so we have a lot in the shelter.
300 dogs that need a home right now. Wow. Can you show us one more time how Benny sits?
Can you sit? Can you sit? Good boy. Can you sit?
You sit, Benny? Okay, Mark, you might have to back up a little. You might have to back up just because he's focused on the camera. There we go.
Good boy.
Oh, look at that. Good boy. Good boy, Benny. Good boy. Jen, you met him.
I did. Honestly, he's got great energy.
Oh,
what a good boy.
Such a good boy.
So loving.
So loving. Thank you so much, Devore Animal Shelter, for coming in.
Hi, sweetheart. He's just freaked out by
it's
the
just
camera.
a camera. I know. It can be scary sometimes, too, especially at 6 in the morning.
It's not you, Mark. It's not you.
It's not you, Mark.
All right. Thank you so much. 8:44. Still to come. Happy Nowruz. Persians around the world are marking the start of a new year.
The LA DAP Ensemble and Doran Dance Academy are here with a beautiful performance happening right after the break. But first, let's get a check on traffic with Star.
That's right. Your Good Day LA traffic is sponsored by Jacob Armani and calljacob.com. We are looking at mostly quiet conditions, but I did find a few problem zones. We do have a crash in the HOV lane on the 10 West Freeway at Francisco Avenue, causing delays up to 20 minutes. Another crash. This is going to be on the left lane on the 5 North Freeway at Slauson Avenue. Delays and backups all the way up to about 15 to 20 minutes. And last but not least, we do have a crash in the right lane on the 210 West Freeway at Irwindale Avenue. We do have some reds on the map here, just indicating delays also moving in and through the area. Here's a look at some of your other traffic hotspots.
I looked up and just ran.
Maybe we need to seek somebody who does have the expertise to be able to guide us through the process.
If you're getting to an accident,
you're in good hands by dealing with Jacob and Ron.
Call Jacob.
Good morning and happy Friday. Meteorologist Star Harvey here with a quick check-in on your Friday, but also your weekend weather forecast. Now, gorgeous conditions to start our morning here as we head through the rest of today. The heat is on, and we have this high pressure system to really thank for that. It has brought us day after day of record-breaking, record-tying heat. And again, as we do get through this Friday, we are looking at more heat and more heat alerts in place as well. We do have that extreme heat warning and heat advisory in place until the 8 p.m. hour, where we are expecting our temperatures not just in the 80s, but also the 90s, and the likelihood of a few triple-digit markings as well, which could potentially lead to heat-related illnesses. Our temperatures moving into the 8 o'clock hour in the 60s as well as the 70s. One thing we'll be watching for this morning is not just some of that cloud cover pushing through, but also some of that fog may hold on or hug some of our coastal areas. By the time we push into the back half of the morning, but also our afternoon, clearing up, sunshine in place. And with that, here's a look into the heat for today. We'll have 80s lining the coast, and then we're looking at the 90s, but also the triple digits moving into some of our interior sections. As we head into the weekend, here's a look at that forecast. We're going back down into the 80s, so a little cooler. We'll take it. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Sarah. So today is Nowruz, the Persian New Year, celebrated by millions of people all over the world. And yes, while things will take a different tone this year for sure, it is and always has been a time to welcome in spring and look ahead with hope.
Here in Los Angeles, it also carries special meaning for many in the Persian community who are holding close to culture, family, and tradition during an especially tender moment in history.
One group helping share that spirit is the LA Daff Ensemble, founded in 2015 to celebrate the artistry of female Daff players. The Daff, as you might know, is a traditional frame drum with deep roots in Persian and Kurdish music, known for its rich and rhythmic sound.
It is beautiful. The LA Daff Ensemble and Doran Dance Academy, along with the Pacific Symphony of Orange County and Farhag Foundation, will share this cultural tradition at Echoes of Freedom, a Nowruz concert. This is happening April 4th at the Renee and Henry Segerstrom Concert Hall in Costa Mesa. And here with a sneak peek is Doran Dance Academy's Elham Delavari and LA Daff Ensemble. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. You guys look beautiful. Happy Nowruz to everyone. For those who are seeing this style of performance for the very first time, what do you hope that they take away from watching and listening?
I would like to begin by honoring Nowruz, the Iranian New Year. Nowruz celebrates the victory of light over darkness. So may this New Year brings light, hope, and prosperity to Iran.
And the significance of the performance, the significance of the dance itself and of the Daff.
Yes, the dance you will see today is inspired by Iranian Rumi violin. In our culture, it is not just a dance. It is actually an echo of the universe in motion. So with each graceful circle, the past is released and the hope is renewed and the life awakens once more.
It's a beautiful message and it's a beautiful performance. So let's get right to it. Let's let the music take over. Here is a live performance from the LA Daff Ensemble and the Doran Dance Academy.
I'll let you take it away.
I am Nowruz, سحر کن خورشید و بیار عشق و خبر کن فکر چاق کن فکر این دل پاره پاره کن نوروز فکر چاق کن فکر این دل پاره پاره کن نوروز فکر چاق کن فکر این دل پاره پاره کن نوروز فکر چاق کن فکر این دل پاره پاره کن نوروز فکر چاق کن فکر این دل پاره پاره کن.
Thank you so much.
My one question is, how do you not get dizzy?
Actually, for me, dance is a meditation. So
Wow.
True. And is it mostly common for women to play the dap, or do men as well? I often see women performing.
no, the men actually do it, and I think it's better that the LA Deaf Ensemble, yeah, they can explain it more.
Actually, traditionally has been more women.
Okay.
It's kind of feminine energy.
That's right.
Music.
We like that.
That's
for
what I'm
spring.
talking about.
Actually, LA Deaf Ensemble was formed with Miss Arezou Kuchakan almost 10 years ago in Los Angeles.
Wow. Have you all been part of the same group?
Yes,
since
actually
its
the group
founding?
is 30 plus members.
Wow.
And we are just small part of that. We don't have enough space to bring everybody
To
here.
bring everybody?
Hopefully one day.
One day, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being here, for sharing this with us. And of course, we're thinking about the Persian community, not just here in Los Angeles, but all around the world, because it's important to have...
We really appreciate this opportunity. We are thrilled to be here because this is a very tough time.
It is, but to keep the traditions alive is so important for humanity.
Just a touch of hope and feeling and being able to share this is very important.
It's emotional.
Thank you.
Happy Nowruz, everyone, and we'll be right back. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
I know, I was wondering how you didn't get dizzy. It's 9 o'clock. How's it going?
Good. I'm glad it's Friday, too.
So am I. Nice to have all of you with us. I'm Roxy Carpadian.
I'm Sandra, and thanks for joining us. Let's take a look at today's headlines.
In one swift move, city officials across the Southland are removing titles and status honoring the now disgraced labor leader, Cesar Chavez. We have the very latest on the fallout.
A cargo ship docked at the port of Long Beach is missing multiple shipping containers after they fell into the ocean. An update on the cleanup progress this morning.
And ready or not, here I come. Well, the film is here, the sequel we've all been waiting for, Ready or Not 2 in theaters. And you're going to need thick skin to get through this horror movie. I really love the original. I love the sequel. I sat down with the stars to talk about it. Star, are you into the horror genre or the thriller genre?
What? No way. Absolutely not. No. I don't even think that I've been able to make it through like the Chucky movie or anything like that. Nightmare on Elm Street, not my thing.
Star,
I like
you
comedy.
and I have so much in common. No, what was
Peeps?
the candies? No Peeps.
No candy corn.
No candy corn and no horror movies. Look at that.
Horror movies.
Yeah,
No.
But she has a dog.
Oh, but you do have a cute dog, an adorable dog.
I do. My little baby, right? He's radar. We're looking at a radar. Let's get to some weather, right? We are under the command of high pressure, and we've been so through the last several days, and we'll continue not just today into our weekend, but also the following week as well. Now, right now, temperatures, the coolest that they are going to be at least until we arrive at this afternoon and then back into this evening. Our temperatures at 74 degrees in Diamond Bar, 63 in Torrance, 69 in Corona, and over in Porter Ranch, about 10 degrees warmer than we have in Corona at 79 degrees. Our winds haven't been a problem throughout our Friday morning so far. They're calm. They're moving at about 5 miles per hour across some of the area. And we do have our temperatures in the Big Bear area a lot cooler than what some of those interior sections will see in the 90s and the triple digits today. So if you can, escape to the mountains or maybe even the beach. Back to you, ladies.
Thank you so much, Star. The sexual abuse allegations against the late Cesar Chavez sending shockwaves across Southern California. Now some local communities looking to distance themselves from his legacy.
Mario Ramirez live in San Fernando, where a statue of him has been removed. Good morning, Mario.
Yeah, that's right, Sandra. Roxy, those explosive claims in a New York Times article from labor leader Dolores Huerta. That article came out on Wednesday. On Thursday, San Fernando City Council held an emergency meeting, and this morning you can see where the statue once was. It is now gone. The plaque and the base of the statue here remains, but this is a signal that here in San Fernando, the San Fernando Valley, city officials have moved farther away from his remembrance here. Take a look. The statue was removed in about 25 minutes after it had been there for more than 2 decades. It went up in 2004. It was meant to honor Chavez's role in the farm workers movement and his impact on the community. The move to take the statue down came after that emergency city council meeting. Meanwhile, the fallout spreading from city to city. In Los Angeles, Mayor Karen Bass signed a proclamation to change Cesar Chavez Day to Farm Workers Day. State leaders also pushing for a similar change ahead of the March 31st holiday. Dolores Huerta, meanwhile, nearly 96 years old, for the first time since the claims went public this week, spoke to Latino USA, a podcast show by Futuro Media, about why she stays silent for so long.
I don't want to disclose this to anybody, because I just didn't want to hurt the work that we were doing for farm workers.
One of the big problems that we face with is the innocence of the...
Huerta, a co-founder of the United Farm Workers, says Chavez assaulted her in the 60s, adding that it resulted in 2 children she secretly placed for adoption. Meanwhile, other communities considering action. The city of Santa Ana says its mayor wants to discuss possible changes at an upcoming council meeting. The city, home to Cesar Chavez Campesino Park, Riverside, which has a statue in a park named after Chavez, says it's now working to get the issue on a city council agenda. And Long Beach, well, we reached out. It has no plans to rename Cesar Chavez Park and the Corona Norco School District. Says no decision yet has been made about Cesar Chavez Academy there. Now, coming back out here in San Fernando, the city has also ordered changes to this long-standing mural honoring Chavez, asking the original artist to remove his image. City council members calling this a course correction, and they've also decided to cancel the Cesar Chavez March for Justice, which was scheduled this Sunday. For now, in San Fernando, at San Fernando Park, I'm Mario Ramirez. We'll send it back to you.
A lot of change taking place. All right, Mario, thank you. Dock workers this morning will continue trying to offload dozens of damaged cargo ship containers dangerously leaning towards the water in the Port of Long Beach.
Gigi Gracia is standing by at the port with more on what is going to be a very deliberate process. Hi there, Gigi.
That's right. We checked in with the Coast Guard. They told us they don't have an update yet on any plan and how many containers have actually been removed and how many still need to be removed. But you are looking live at the OOCL Sunflower here at the Port of Long Beach Pier number D. You might be able to make out a man in a little cage on the crane there. We believe they've started working on the collapsed containers. It is unclear, though, and the port couldn't confirm that work had started. But you do see some movement there. No word yet on how the salvage operation is actually going and how many of the containers still need to be lifted off. But take a look, because yesterday work was being done. We saw salvage crews working after an extremely rough Pacific crossing from Taiwan left several containers, about 57 of them damaged. Now, the OOCL Sunflower is now surrounded by a yellow flexible barrier called a spill containment berm. That's to prevent any hazardous materials from spreading. What happened, according to officials, is the vessel encountered some 20-foot waves near the Aleutian Islands off Alaska, causing some containers to fall overboard and leaving others, about, again, 57 of them, crushed. At least 32 containers went overboard, we're told, as the Sunflower traveled from Taiwan here to the West Coast. Crews had to work to stabilize the stacks, and now they need to get them off. The work, though, is very time-consuming, and it can be dangerous.
You also want to try to salvage as much as in the containers for the shippers that are going over, and you don't want to damage anything else on the vessel. Obviously, the ship wants to get the ship back out on schedule, but right now the most important thing is going to be ascertaining that there's no pollution into the environment and it's not a hazard for the crew or the longshoremen working on the docks.
And again, that berm surrounds the Sunflower. That's to prevent any hazardous materials. So no word on how long this operation will take. One good thing, one positive thing, is that this is not affecting any of the other ships or the work being done here at the Port of Long Beach. It only affects the Sunflower, so really not affecting anyone else. Reporting live in Long Beach, I'm Gigi Gracia. Back to you.
Gigi, thank you so much. We turn now to the war with Iran. It is entering week 4. Israel attacked Iranian naval targets overnight as Iran continued pounding energy facilities in the region, causing panic in global oil markets. The president did manage to secure some cooperation from a number of American allies to help reopen the Strait of Hormuz, a critical shipping lane there for the world's oil supply. Meanwhile, the Pentagon looking for another $200 billion to support the war effort, but that idea is getting major pushback from Democrats on Capitol Hill.
It takes money to kill bad guys, so we're going back to Congress and our folks there to ensure that we're properly funded for what's been done, for what we may have to do in the future.
We're not even in a position to have this conversation right now.
As far as rumors about American ground troops, President Trump said that he is still not putting boots on the ground in Iran.
President Trump making a bold comment during a White House meeting with the Prime Minister of Japan. He was asked why Japan and other allies weren't informed before Iran was attacked. He was asked by a reporter during the Q&A portion, and here's what he said.
And we didn't tell anybody about it because we wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay? Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Okay?
Putting Sanae Takaichi, the Prime Minister, there in an awkward position, as you can see by her expression. Before yesterday's meeting, Japan, along with Britain, France, Germany, Italy, and the Netherlands, released a joint statement expressing their readiness to help secure the Strait of Hormuz.
A Senate committee narrowly approved President Trump's nominee to lead the Department of Homeland Security. Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullins squeaked by yesterday morning. An 8-7 committee vote. So close. Mullins was in the hot seat Wednesday. He faced some tough questions from colleagues on both sides of the aisle. Democrats pressed him on his prior comments on Alex Preddy, who was shot and killed during a confrontation with federal agents in Minnesota. Mullins had called Preddy a, quote, deranged individual.
Words probably should have been retracted. I shouldn't have said that. I went out there too fast. I was responding immediately without the facts. That's my fault. That won't happen as Secretary.
Comment on opening new.
Other senators wanted to know how Mullen would be different from outgoing DHS Secretary Kristi Noem.
Secretary Noem did was give the green light to lawless behavior. Are you going to give the green light to lawless behavior?
I will operate within the parameters and the policies and the laws that you guys set for me.
And the Constitution
I don't
of
get
the
it.
United States.
Of course, the Constitution
Fourth
of the United
Amendment.
States.
Do you swear that the testimony you will give before this committee will be the truth?
Mullen's nomination moved forward yesterday morning despite a no vote by Republican Committee Chairman Kentucky Senator Rand Paul. The full Senate could take up Mullen's nomination next week.
Back here locally, record-breaking heat is gripping Southern California, and while people are feeling it, pets are especially at risk. Dogs don't sweat like we do, so they rely on panting to cool down, which makes them more vulnerable to heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Veterinarians say it's important to watch for early warning signs before it becomes an emergency.
So things to look for, especially in our dogs early on, is if they're starting to slow down in their activity, if they're panting a lot, if they're drooling a lot. So those are early signs that they may not be comfortable. And those are especially on days in the sun, high humidity, high heat, things like that.
Experts also recommend limiting outdoor time to early morning or evening hours and avoiding hot surfaces like pavement, which can burn a dog's paws in minutes. So here's some simple ways to keep your dogs safe in this heat. Check the pavement with your hand, and if it's too hot for you, it's definitely too hot for their paws. Also use pet-safe sunscreen, especially for dogs with light or thin coats. Bring your own water in a portable bowl with you. Don't rely on shared sources. They might not be available. Look for shade and limit time in direct sun, especially midday. And a wet bandana around the neck can help keep them cool.
It's a really cute picture of all of them. All right, 9/11 still to come. Amanda's got your entertainment headlines after the break, including her sit-down interview with the stars of horror film Ready or Not To.
But first, to check on traffic.
Your Good Day LA traffic is brought to you by DTLA Law Group, accident and injury attorneys. We do have an incident to cover this morning. It has been in place for the last hour or so. That is a crash on the right lane of the 210 West Freeway at Irwindale Avenue. It is causing delays up to 30 minutes. And this is a live check out at the North 55 Freeway at 4th Street. Traffic moving well in both directions in this 9 a.m. hour. And last but not least, your real-time traffic, North 110 between the 405 to the 10. You're looking at a 16-minute drive time. Here's a look at some other traffic hotspots.
This broadcast is locally sponsored by DTLA Law Group, Auto Accident and Injury Attorneys. Have an injury? Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply.
Hi
Ladies,
there.
Hi.
It's Friday.
It's spring.
It's spring.
It's
I am so glad that Mercury is out of retrograde today.
The new day.
Oh my gosh. And also I found it's just going to be like Mercury in retrograde has been messing things up. So everybody start anew.
Okay.
Spring has sprung. Entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. So Ready or Not hit theaters in 2019. And when news broke that there was going to be a sequel in the works, years later, fans lost their mind. In fact, ladies, when the sequel's trailer was released, it got over 718 million views in the first 24 hours. People love this movie, myself included. Samara Weaving is back, and she's joined by Catherine Newton, who plays her sister. And let's just say, game on.
The heads of the council families will try to kill you and your sister. Whoever does wins the high seat and controls everything.
Everything?
The world.
This sequel leveled up. Because, you know, in the gaming community, it's all about
Next
leveling.
level. Don't I know it? She's a gamer, did you know?
Girl. Yeah. You in a real life, not like
No,
board
she
game-
plays
real-
games.
Tell me your console of choice.
PlayStation.
Okay, PS5
PlayStation
Pro?
5, yeah. I have two. I take one with me on the road when I go work.
Is it like big?
One at home. It's massive. Takes up a whole suitcase. That's why it's so heavy. I know.
And okay, so that's Call of Duty, right?
Love Call of Duty. I like an open world game. You know, I'm talking like Assassin's Creed, Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Like Hogwarts Legacy.
Hogwarts Legacy.
There's a Lord of the Rings one coming up.
You already so hot, and then the hotness has just gone up. The stock has gone up. The gaming community.
Okay, wow. I thought it may have gone down.
No,
So
definitely gone up.
Makes you cooler.
Thanks.
Totally.
I know.
Yeah, right? The girls know. If you know, you know.
Yeah, I know I'm not, you know.
No.
I know.
Are you a Nintendo?
Nintendogs.
Okay, Nintendogs.
Monkey ball.
Pro golf, man.
I got a PS2.
Yeah.
No, guys think that's cool.
No, that's hot too.
I would know.
No, Jimmy thinks it's very cool.
Jimmy has his own thing that he's working on.
Okay, you're both hot. Truly.
Back for round two.
Yeah.
Ready or not?
Right, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you. Let's just say that I was going into it, I'm like, all right, I love the original so much. How is the sequel even going to compare? Gobsmacked. They did it. The sequel was great. Sarah Michelle Gellar joins the sequel. Elijah Wood joins the sequel. Sean Hattasy from The Pit and Animal Kingdom joins the sequel. It was great. There was new twists, new turns. They upped the ante.
Wow.
Highly recommend watching Ready. You must watch Ready or Not. First one.
The first one. Okay.
Before watching the sequel. So let me know what you think. It's in theaters now. And, you know, Searchlight Pictures, they invited some influencers and select audience members to enjoy the screening of the film in 4DX. You have to see this. Okay, so 4DX, as you know, this was a bloodbath. Literally, they sprayed fake blood on everyone because Ready or Not is very gory. And so 4DX are the kind of experiences where the seat shakes, or if there's water or wind, you feel it through the
Oh,
the
yeah,
sides
yeah,
of the
yeah, yeah.
seats.
I like that.
Yeah.
So well, maybe not
that
part.
But they got a kick out of it. It was a great way to promote the film. A lot of people posting this on social media. I mean, if there's like an earthquake.
That I'm
You're
cool with.
sitting
Don't throw water at me.
Yeah.
Or fake blood.
Yeah.
Or fake blood.
Ooh, fake blood. Yeah. But it's really good. Don't you think that girls who game are hot?
Yeah.
Yeah, and our producer, yeah. I think it ups the hotness. See, Catherine Newton was like, oh, I think it makes you... No,
Back in the day, we used to go to the arcade, right? Put a little quarter, your next turn, do the... no?
Wow.
Street Fighter, with the combo.
Street Fighter! I love Street Fighter!
Oh, okay.
I love it.
That's our version of gaming back in the day.
I was so good at Street Fighter.
I believe it. And Catherine, if you're watching, Nintendo does count. We're all Nintendo girly.
Okay.
Gaming makes you hotter, Samara Weaving.
All right, we asked you last hour, hey, what's your favorite game day treat? Here are the results. It looks like 48% of you say Dodger dogs, right?
Cheers.
There you go. Lowest, something sweet. I'm shocked that beer is only at 17%. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's too early.
Maybe.
How about you, Star?
Oh, I'm definitely going to say the nachos. Yeah, for sure, nachos. Dodger dog's not bad, but I think the older I got, it's like, yeah, I'll go with the nachos. A quick check outdoors right now. We do have beautiful conditions out at the coastline. It is going to be one of those beautiful conditions out there. Your weather is sponsored and brought to you by Pechongo Resort Casino. We are going to see that high pressure stream into our weekend as well, bringing in gorgeous conditions. I'm going to step out right here just to show you how big that high pressure system is just right over the area. That dome really just creating that heat effect. So it leads us right into our headlines. We do have one more day in the 90s, but we'll also see the possibility of some of the 100-degree temperatures. Not even the possibilities. I'm forecasting that we will have them across some of our valleys, but also our Inland Empire region. We are going to see a cooler set of temperatures move in by the time we arrive at this weekend. So we'll see a lot more of those 80-degree temperatures into some of our inland zones. And then that's short-lived, because by the time we re-arrive at next week, we are talking about more heat persisting through the week. Here's a look into Riverside this morning. As we move through this 9 o'clock hour, temperatures will be jumping into the 90s by noon, and yet we're topping off in the triple digits. So beautiful conditions headed this way. Just a few more hours before the real heat arrives this afternoon for some of us as well. Back to you.
Look at that, sunny, 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 sunny. And look at our sunshine.
Right. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Mercury's out of retrograde officially at 10 p.m. tonight.
Oh,
so we have a few more hours.
Okay. Very excited.
Okay, so sometimes it can feel like your family members or close friends, maybe even your coworkers, are shaving years off of your life. It turns out there actually is some truth to that. A new study suggests that your own biological clock could be on the fast track due to conflict. Researchers say dealing with hasslers, they're called hasslers, or annoying relatives, friends, or coworkers, can physically speed up your aging. The study found every chronologically stressful person in your inner circle adds about 9 months to your biological age.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Do the math there.
Wow.
Yeah, researchers say if you're looking to fortify your health, it could be time for some strict boundaries. So I was reading into this, and it really doesn't have, it's not specific to family. It's your neighbor, having a toxic neighbor. Consistently, a friend. Coming to work, and if you don't get along well with a coworker, an in-law, the stress actually ages you.
I completely believe that.
Me too.
Yeah, same.
It's going to manifest itself.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they have a term, and the term is called hasslers, because they hassle you.
Right.
What a hassle.
What a hassle.
Or nag you.
Or nag you. Yeah.
All right, well, we want to remind you about this. Do not forget, tonight it's going down between the Anaheim Ducks and the Utah Mammoth. The game is at 7 o'clock this evening on Fox 11 Plus, KCOP, where we will televise all Ducks games throughout the season. All right, go Ducks. We'll be right back.
Good morning. Welcome 9:30 right here on this Friday. I'm Roxy Carpadian.
I'm Sandra Endo. Let's take a look at today's headlines. The California Department of Justice reveals faulty DUI tests have been used for years. What we're learning from a state audit.
Also, a shock to Bachelor Nation. ABC canceling the upcoming season of The Bachelorette after a controversial video of the star surfaces.
If you love digging through thousands of records, this one's for you. Brooke's giving us a preview of VinylCon taking over downtown LA this weekend. But first, a check on weather.
Well, I got some weekend weather for you as well. If you're going to be outdoors, just make sure that you have some plans to maybe be under some air conditioner as well. So a little bit of both wouldn't hurt you. We are still under a high pressure, and with this, it is impacting our temperatures through our Friday. So temperatures into some of our inland sections reaching the 90s and triple digits for today. Now we roll over into our weekend, and we will see our system bringing in the heat today shift down to the south of us, and that is going to allow our temperatures to slightly cool off or be cooler than what we're seeing today moving into this weekend. We re-arrive at next week, and we will see that system go ahead and circle right back. And yes, it is due to bring in more heat as we move into next week. As far as today goes, here's a look at what we are up against. We are talking 80s along the coast. We'll have a few 70s as well as low 90s, likely scattered as well. But more of those interior sections seeing the upper 80s to the 90s to the triple digits. Back to you.
All right, we do have breaking news this morning. Action movie icon Chuck Norris has died. The famed martial artist and actor in films like The Delta Force and Missing in Action passed away Thursday morning in Hawaii. According to the family, who said, "It is with heavy hearts that our family shares the sudden passing of our beloved Chuck Norris yesterday morning. While we would like to keep the circumstances private, please know that he was surrounded by his family and was at peace." Norris rose to fame in the 80s with movies like Missing in Action, Delta Force, and Invasion USA. He also scored a hit show with Walker, Texas Ranger. Norris also had a great sense of humor about himself and even took part in some of the jokes about his toughness.
Push-ups. I don't push myself up. I push the earth down.
Norris had a black belt in several martial arts, and that toughness on and off screen inspired hundreds of Chuck Norris facts throughout his career. Based on his toughness, they added to his mystique, and Norris embraced them, many times appearing on shows to read them himself. Norris was 86 years old.
Big legacy, though.
Yeah.
He leaves behind for sure.
What a personality.
9:33, we do continue with the fallout from the shocking sex abuse allegations against the late Cesar Chavez. Now some communities are beginning to remove his name and likeness from public spaces.
Mario Ramirez live in San Fernando, where a statue of him has been taken down. Good morning, Mario.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning. And this was the first city to erect a statue of the late labor leader after he passed in '93. That Cesar Chavez statue is now gone, but you can see the plaque remains. It refers to Chavez as a courageous labor leader, community organizer, and a civil rights activist. Well, city leaders here, take a look. They voted to remove this statue, and crews took it down in about 25 minutes. The move after allegations first reported by the New York Times, including claims from labor leader Dolores Huerta, who says Chavez sexually assaulted her decades ago. During an emergency meeting, city leaders called the allegations heartbreaking and stressed the need to act quickly. By last night, the statue is gone, marking a swift response from a community here that has long honored Chavez. And that response is spreading. In Los Angeles, Mayor Karen Bass renamed the city's Cesar Chavez Day to Farm Workers Day. And state leaders, we're now learning, are also pushing to rebrand the holiday as questions grow about how Chavez's legacy should be remembered. And that's supposed to be coming up March 31st. Now, at nearly 96 years old, Huerta says she is finally speaking out for the first time since the claims went public. She spoke with Latino USA, a show by Futuro Media, not just about her own experience, but about learning that other young people and girls were also allegedly abused.
Stopping the physical and sexual attacks on women and children. And when I say that, I mean also young men, young men and young girls. We've got to put an end to that, and we've got to address it.
A co-founder of the United Farm Workers, she also says Chavez assaulted her in the 60s, revealing that their relationship resulted in children, which she says she secretly placed up for adoption, adding another layer to her claims. Now, back here in San Fernando, this statue, which is no longer here, it was in place since 2004, and the city also moving to cancel its Cesar Chavez march that was set to happen this Sunday, and other cities from Santa Ana to Riverside also making similar moves, or at least considering them. We'll have more on that coming up at 10 o'clock. Live in San Fernando, I'm Mario Ramirez. Back to you, Sandra.
More to come on that for sure. Thank you so much, Mario. And then there's this. Reality TV star Taylor Frankie Paul's career on hold following the surfacing of an explosive video. ABC now canceling the upcoming season of The Bachelorette after TMZ released a disturbing video of Taylor Frankie Paul. Now, the footage is from 2023, which was obtained by TMZ, showing Paul attacking an ex-boyfriend, throwing bar stools, and using a headlock. A 5-year-old was injured in the scuffle. Paul previously pleaded guilty to aggravated assault and received probation. We now want to warn you the video we're about to show you is graphic.
Yeah, look at you. Look. Yeah, look. This is called physical abuse.
Utah child welfare officials investigating this as Paul and Mortenston undergo psychological evaluations. Disney, which owns ABC, says that their focus is on supporting the family, and the production on her other show, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, is now on hold.
Meantime, a former reality TV star faces a child molestation charge. Joseph Duggar from the TLC show 19 Kids and Counting was arrested last night in Arkansas. He's facing a lewd and lascivious behavior charge on a child under 12 years old. According to an arrest affidavit from the Bay County Sheriff's Office in Panama City, Florida, this comes 5 years after his brother Josh, who also starred in the same show, was convicted of downloading child sexual abuse images. Joseph is awaiting extradition to Florida.
New this morning, DUI cases throughout the state could soon be under review because of faulty urine tests. The state Justice Department learned last summer that a urine test kit tended to produce false positives among DUI suspects. For almost a decade, the flaw may have upwardly skewed the blood alcohol level of DUI defendants. The state audit of DUI cases revealed only a tiny fraction may have been affected. The Justice Department is leaving it up to local agencies to decide if they want to reassess cases in which these kits played a role.
New this morning, soccer's governing body, FIFA, has rejected calls to suspend Israel's soccer federation. FIFA announcing yesterday it would take no action on formal complaints filed by the Palestinian Soccer Federation. Palestinian officials have argued that Israel broke FIFA rules by letting teams from settlements in the West Bank play for the National League. FIFA says the legal status of the West Bank settlements is too complex for sanctions. The governing body, however, did fine an Israeli team about $190,000 for allegedly racist behavior by its fans.
The Fanatics Flag Football Classic happening tomorrow at BMO Stadium. You can watch it right here on Fox 11. You don't have to go all the way there. The groundbreaking tournament from Tom Brady and Fanatics Studio brings together the NFL's biggest stars, elite global athletes, and the official U.S. flag football national team. NFL great and Fox football analyst Tom Brady, one of the captains, and will also be QB for his team.
24 athletes, professional. There's another group of the USA flag team has 12 participants. So there's 36 total players, 3 teams, a little round robin tournament, and we'll see who's ready to go because we're getting ready for LA 2028 and to see kind of where the pros stack up against the guys who've been playing this sport for a long time.
Don't miss the biggest action in flag football history. If you can't get out to BMO, you can watch this competition right here on Fox 11 starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. So be sure to join then.
All right, for Tomato Lover, there's an event happening that's pretty much their version of the Super Bowl.
That's right. And we're talking about Tomatomania. Coco live with us. I was just thinking it must smell really amazing there because tomatoes smell good, right?
Okay. Hey there, tomatoes do smell good. It's that time of year again for Tomatomania. If you love tomatoes, you're a seasoned tomato farmer, or you're just a beginner, this is really the place to come. I am here with Scott now. He's the producer of Tomatomania.
Absolutely.
More than 300 varieties, right?
We got a lot out here. We do. I mean, that's our game. What's new? What's old? Everything all in between. So yeah, there's a lot here. Because look at these maniacs. I mean, they want this, right? This is what they're after. We try to provide it, and my gosh, we either get them their favorites or we turn them on to new things or whatever we can do. We got a great set out there.
Why do you think people love this event so much every single year? 26 years now.
Well, you like finding your people. We all like finding our people. You know, so this is everybody that walks in. All right, we're in the club, right? This is a group of really sturdy and enthusiastic home farmers, really, who in many cases have been doing this forever. And you know, it's fun. It's finding your people. That's pure and simple.
Exactly. And speaking of enthusiastic farmers, I'm here with Danielle now and her son Dylan. And Danielle, you've been coming here for the past 17 years. Talk about why you love Tomatomania.
Anyone who knows me knows that this is my favorite day of the year. It is my World Cup of tomatoes, my equivalent. It's a better day than my birthday. We cancel everything so that our family can come and be together and choose our favorite varieties from this traveling tomato circus that we love so much. And yeah, we go home, we grow about 30 to 35 varieties each year.
That's incredible. And you've been bringing your kids since they were really little, right?
Yes, in strollers and newborns, and yes, every stage. And our family looks forward to coming every year.
Well, I love that. I could learn a lot from you, Danielle. Thanks for talking to us. And you've got Dylan as your support as well. And all of her kids come every single year. It's really a fun event, and that's why people love it so much. It's kind of like what Scott said. You really get to find your people who love tomatoes as much as you do, but maybe you're not a tomato farmer yet. You can still come here because you can learn a lot about tomatoes, and you can be a beginner farmer like I was last year. I'll send it back to you.
How many tomatoes have you grown?
Successfully.
Okay, so I really should give all the credit to Joe. It wasn't actually me growing it. It was Joe and my son growing it.
Aww.
But they grew 2 different types of tomatoes. Don't ask me what kind they grew. I don't remember, but they tasted really good is all I remember.
Okay. Well, that's all that matters. I do love a good heirloom tomato, so maybe dabble in that.
Wow. Well,
they're so good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Coco.
All right, Coco, thanks. Onto this now. The FCC and the Department of Justice have just signed off on a $6.2 billion deal for TV station giant Nexstar to acquire rival company Tegna. The new combined entity would reach nearly 60% of all U.S. households. Multiple states, including California, are now suing to try to stop this merger. They argue it creates an illegal monopoly and reduces the number of voices in local journalism. Meanwhile, Nexstar claims the merger makes the company better positioned to deliver journalism and local programming.
Disney and Warner Brothers Discovery are leading California's latest film tax credit awards. Together, they will receive over $256 million to produce 16 TV shows in the state. They'll create thousands of jobs, generating nearly $900 million in local spending. Officials say the program boosts California's economy by keeping production local and expanding opportunities for workers in the entertainment industry.
All right, if you love music or miss the sound of records, downtown LA is the place to be this weekend.
That's right, Brooke is live. We're talking all things vinyl, VinylCon, the record fair. Oh my gosh, I haven't even looked at the screen. That's so awesome.
I know. Who am I? Who am I, Sandra and Roxia?
Outcast.
Oh,
Thank you, Star. Outcast.
Well, I'm one person. I'm one half of Outcast. Bonus points.
So who's joining? Star, help us out.
Okay.
Star, help us out.
Oh, I'm drawing a blank.
Big Boy and Andre 3000. That's okay.
Oh.
That's okay. That's from their Atlanta stop. That's okay. It is one of the greatest album covers ever, though. Stankonia over there. But here, there's a Dr. Dre cut out over there. But I just, that felt fun. Yeah. Aaron, you know what? So what's really cool about VinylCon of a bunch of small businesses. We love small businesses.
Yes.
We love music. We love people. We love fun. And you're located in West Covina.
That's correct.
So you get to bring your business here just full of people who love what you do. Talk to me. And what do you call it when you... Can I just pull?
Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
so talk to me. Tell me about your business.
Yeah, so Drip Tone Records, we're based in West Covina. We sell records, and we have all types of music, soundtracks, hip hop, punk rock, everything, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So.
Tell me what you're most excited about this weekend.
This is just the people. We get to meet fans. We get to meet everybody in the LA community that loves vinyl, physical media. We get to get physical.
album cover of all time?
Oh,
I know that's hard. That's hard, right?
Actually, this.
It's not hard. It's not hard for Aaron.
Divine cover is awesome.
Okay.
Look at Divine. Look how cute.
Look how
cute.
Look how cute. Okay, come on out here this weekend and have some fun. I'll send things back to you in the studio. I knew you guys weren't going to get that one. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that.
Why'd you set us up then?
Well, she knew Star was here to help us. I know.
Okay, well, listen, this weekend, downtown LA, that's where it's at. Looks like a good time for sure. Thanks so much, Brooke.
All right, coming up, it's Women's History Month, and Mona Shaw's back in studio to highlight some women-owned businesses.
Any of these products catch your interest? If so, keep it here. We'll be right back. Hi, Mona.
Well, it's the first official day of spring here, but it is feeling a lot more like the summer, especially with our temperatures bearing down on the West Coast here. And this is going to be the case through our week and then into our weekend as well. And then the following week, what's left of this week, right? We do have our alerts in place, and they are going to be associated with the heat. We have that heat advisory as well as an extreme heat warning, both of them related to the fact that our temperatures could reach anywhere from the 80s and the 90s, but also the triple digits. We will have both of those advisories lifting at the 8 p.m. hour this evening. And so with that, that just lets us know that as we fall into the weekend, this temperature's falling as well. Currently, we are seeing those 80s on the map finally in our 9:30 9:30 hour here as we push closer to that 10 a.m. hour. Temperatures at 81 degrees for the downtown LA area. We're at 78 over in Ontario. Thousand Oaks also seeing some of that heat at 80 and 83 degrees in Woodland Hills. Here's a look at where we are headed today. We're not stopping in those 70s and 80s we've seen on the map right now. We are headed towards the 80s along some of the coast, 90s, but also a lot more triple digits across some of our inland sections as well. And of course, the mountains, you're also shooting for your temperatures in the 70s to low 80s. So a beautiful finish to our week. We are going to cool down over the weekend, but we do get a nice significant warm up moving back into next week. Back to you.
All right, thank you. So today we are honoring Women's History Month by featuring women-founded businesses.
Mona Shah is here to introduce us to some great women creators. First of all, it smells amazing here.
Yes.
Also because Sandra sprayed every kind of lotion and potion you brought. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys too.
Where shall we begin?
Well, we're celebrating women. These are all women-owned businesses, and we're starting with... This is actually a friend of mine who wrote this book, Kate Seldman. It celebrates 50 women. It's called She Rocks, and it's a kid's guide to 50 female rockers.
Oh, how fun. The illustrations are great.
The illustrations are great.
Oh my gosh, already Charlie XCX.
We've got Brittany.
Brittany.
Very relevant, right, to the kids.
50 female rockers. So you have legends like Billie Holiday and Joni Mitchell, and then you have, you know, Charlie XCX and Lady Gaga.
How great is
that?
It's really good.
It's a really good. And so she's, this is actually her second of this type of book, and you know, we knew that she was going to be a writer in high school.
What a great idea. So I love that you're
really
supporting her
excited
too.
to support her.
Wonderful.
And next we have Elaine Kinney, who made this beautiful, I love the packaging on this.
Me too.
I love the way this looks. This is soap.
Oh,
and it's White Pine Bath and Brew. And smell this soap.
This is rosemary and lavender.
Oh, that smells so good.
And what makes this soap unique is that it's made with repurposed craft beer.
Wait,
what?
Back up.
It's a super sustainable brand, and if you didn't know, the hops in beer are actually really great for your skin. They soothe irritation, and they actually help with inflammation.
I was going to say, who's leaving beer left over?
Right, that too.
So overproduction from breweries, she takes that, and she actually makes, there's no alcohol in this, actually.
Sandra, you can't eat the soap.
Yes, but brewer's yeast is actually full of biotin.
Yes,
and really great for your skin.
Makes sense.
And hydrating. So
I love the packaging.
All these,
it's very fun.
And I love how it just looks artisanal.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
That's right. And next we have this Athena Club. Yes, we're going to just go crazy spraying it.
I thought this was a hand sanitizer, but it's not.
It's not.
Look
this
at how
is
cute
actually
this
a brand new product from Athena Club, and Maria Demaray is their owner, and she came up with these scents for hair and body mist. And
so
literally, there's something for everyone.
Oh my gosh.
What I love about this brand is that you can layer a scent. So if you love, you know,
I love a layer.
A certain fragrance of theirs,
I love
you
a layer.
can get the body wash, you can get the lotion, you can get the deodorant, and you can get the hair and body mist. So you're actually having the same fragrance in all of your products. I don't know why they haven't done this before. I haven't seen it because I have a different scent for everything that I'm using.
Yeah,
and
or
they
just
all
to freshen
clash.
up. You know,
yeah, this is actually genius.
Very
good to carry around, right?
And
you sit on your purse.
Yeah, everybody's clipping things to their backpacks or jeans or purses. So this is
add it to the Lububu. Let's talk hot sauce.
Yes, hot sauce. So this is Stuzy hot sauce. What attracted me to this from the get-go was the packaging.
Yeah,
it is so beautiful. Like this bottle is so unique and it stands out. And it says made in Italy, loved by wolves. I mean, just it's quirky. It's cute. It's actually an amazing product. It's only 3 ingredients. It's made by chefs. Super clean. No preservatives. No dyes. No artificial anything. So a great hot sauce.
It looks fancy.
The packaging, right?
Right.
You
it
give
does.
it to somebody.
Totally.
And
it's a nice little gift to put in a basket of food or something.
You look extra beautiful today. What could it be?
Well, so it might be my lashes. These are actually the viral brand Glamnetic. Anne McFerrin, the owner, created these magnetic lashes. I actually didn't believe it when I first heard about it, but I used a magnetic eyeliner.
Okay.
And then I just
stuck it on.
simply took the lashes and stuck them right on.
So no glue.
No,
just
and you can peel them off and you can reposition
How
them.
does it feel on your face? Does it feel heavy?
No, I don't even notice it.
Wow. And it was your first time putting it on?
Yes, I'm going to leave these for you. I literally did it backstage in 5 minutes.
Oh, and
I
they
was
have
very
nails,
nervous.
too.
So nails are their big product right now because everybody is wearing these like
Press-on.
press-on nails, and they just launched these quick press nails. They're so easy. They actually like bend to your nail, so they actually look real. And now everybody
and there's
likes
so many
these.
fun colors and styles.
They have everything, colors, shapes, sizes.
Very
I
cool.
mean,
And
something
you brought
for
food
everyone.
for us too.
You know us well.
Last but not least,
Snacks.
I love this. This is skinny dipped, and I'm sure you've seen it everywhere. But I love that this mother and daughter team needed to find. They couldn't find a snack that tasted good and that was
healthy,
better for them. Yes, so they created it, and I love. I mean, it's such a simple idea, and I thought, what can possibly make these almonds taste better than other chocolate-covered almonds? But it's this thin layer of dark chocolate that they put on. It's not like a huge, usually when you're eating chocolate-covered almonds, you're eating like a big ball of chocolate with a little almond inside.
This one?
This actually is just a thin layer. It's very deliberate. They have a lemon-coated one, Lemon Bliss. Peanut butter cups. This is like almond joy almost.
This
It's
one's
dark
good, too.
chocolate.
What's that one?
That's peanut butter. It's so good. You
really
have to taste it.
Okay.
Yes,
Well,
and then
thank
they
you.
have these cashews.
Yeah,
These
I had
salted
them.
caramel
Those are
cashews.
so good.
Like game over.
Well, we're gonna munch away.
This was
So
delicious
thank
and smells great and beautiful, and I love it all. Come back again. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Go out there and support.
We'll be right back.
We're gonna snack more.
1 month is not enough.
Oh my gosh, I smell like Bath and Body Works.
Yeah.